See you. And Natural Mystic, hey girl. Linglicious, hi. And Sunval, so good to see you, honey. And Jennifer M, hi. So we're going to do a Divine Masculine reading tonight. See what's going on with him or her. Remember, we can all switch in energies at times. We usually stay majority in one energy, but there are times we do switch. You can be a male or female in a masculine energy. But 9 times out of 10, it would be a man, but I've even been in masculine energy for a time. So just see how it resonates for you. By the way, it has nothing to do with sexual preference. It's just the energy someone embodies, okay? So masculine energy is protective. They're a provider. They're a giver, like they want to give and serve. And they are an initiator romantically and a pursuer, if you will. They pursue things. So anyways, we're going to see what's going on in the masculine's life. Okay. First card we have out is the loudest. And this one says conflict, 5 of Swords. So your DM is in some kind of a fight or an argument, some kind of conflict. And it's loud. 6 of Wands is it's loud, okay? People are hearing about it. People know that they're having a fight. Knight of Wands, rushing in, rushing out. What's going on with this commitment? The Sun card, freedom. Okay, so your Divine Masculine wants to rush out of some kind of commitment. This could be a commitment to a lover or a job or, you know, a career of sorts, whatever. But this is, I want to run and get away from the commitment because the Sun, I want to be happy. And this feels more like, how do you say, like they're constricted in some way, a little bit smothered even. Under this, the bottom of the deck, we have 2 of Wands, the Path, 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Strength card in the reverse. I don't think your person has the strength to be on their own, and I don't think they have the courage. And I also think they lack money. They lack the financial ability to literally be on their own. And I'm not saying they're helpless and they don't have any money. What I'm saying is there's something going on. Maybe it's the holidays. Maybe they spent too much. Maybe they're not making enough. I don't know. But money is a factor in being able to leave. Let's see what some of these fights or arguments were about. I also hear they're taking the blame because being crowned with honor is getting the attention and saying you're it, you're on the pedestal. So I think there's a fight and they're being blamed. So being blamed. Okay, so there's a third party. There's other people involved. We've been getting this a lot the last couple weeks, haven't we, guys? And it definitely keeps popping up. So definitely a fight about money and a fight about infidelity or third parties in general. Major life changes, not the same person you remember. Whoever they're fighting with, they're saying, I don't even recognize you. Who are you? You're not even the person I met. See, here's the blame game. I knew it. They're being blamed. All right. There's a lot of childhood wounds inside of them that are being dealt with right now. They've got some mom and dad issues. There's a painful past, a painful history. There may even be some current family disputes. But this is what the masculine's dealing with, and they quit with the Sun card. They quit the relationship. They want to be free. They want to get out of the connection. However, life has been throwing them kind of a double-edged sword. which is, this is what they get. They're reaping what they've sown, and they're tasting their own words. And, you know, they made the order in the universe, and here it is sitting in their face. This is karma. This is kind of what they expected, what would happen to them. Yep. There it is again. So we've got childhood. So, yep. Children are definitely a factor, or their inner child. You guys can take it how it resonates. Home matters. So there's been a fight about a home. A lot of this is, what are you still doing here? Why are you even still living here? Why are you still here at this house? I thought you were going to go somewhere. There's also an apology. So I think your masculine is like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to cause a fight. I'm not trying to have this drama. Then they have a fresh perspective. Okay. They have a fresh perspective on who is actually loyal to them and who they've been loyal to. And maybe they have some guilt because, honestly, I think they know that they have not been loyal to this person. And the only reason they were even with this person in the first place is they felt pushed into this relationship by commitment. This could be a mom or a dad, stepmom, stepdad, a boss. This could be peer pressure from friends, mutual friends, all pressuring to be in this relationship. So that's initially why they made the decision. It was on public opinion, almost like a public vote. And I was like, you should be with this person. And they're like, yeah, okay, I'll be with this person. Whatever they did to be with this person, they never really were all in. Their heart was not all in. Let's see if we can get a little bit about the situation and the relationship with this person. So what was going on in the past? And I want you to remember, this is a third-party reading. So it's not just going to be you and your divine masculine. And that's who this is all about. I want you to take a step back from your little bubble. And remember, this is about a third party. So I wouldn't take this personally if I were you. Let's see what's happening in the past. Please show me the past. Why did this masculine get involved with this third party in the first place? We have Chariot, on my way. Burnout. Destiny calls. A breakup with a soulmate. Interesting. The reason they even got involved with this person, Spirit guided them to do it. This was all part of the plan. This person whom they were with is part of their destiny. They were meant to meet this person and have an experience with this individual. They were guided. It looks like they went through a divorce or a separation with you or a soulmate, and that triggered them moving on with this other person. Like it was timing, destined timing that they would be with this person. Now, they were burned out. When they got with this individual, They were tired. They were tired of looking for love. They were tired of love. They were tired of work. They were tired of being alone. They were tired of doing it on their own. They wanted a friend. They wanted company. They wanted a lover. I want to say loneliness caught up with this person. And they just settled. But it was a part of destiny. I've actually known quite a bit of people that ended up in relationships because they felt at the time it was a comfort. And they weren't thinking of long term. They were just thinking at the time, this is a comfort from whatever stress, burnout, breakup, drama that I have in my life. This person just brings me peace on some level. And if you're saying to yourself, well, if they were destined to be with this individual and it made them happy at one time, why aren't they happy now? Why are they fighting? Five of Swords. Lessons had to be learned. With the Sun card, wisdom had to come from this relationship. I know it wasn't popular in the 50s or the 40s to be in a relationship before marriage. That you would just kind of get engaged and marry that person and be with them for forever and make it work. Half of those relationships were miserable, to be honest. The other half was probably happy. But more in modern days, as we all know, we kind of have to get those relationships out of our system. Most people at least have to go through one relationship to grow up, to learn how to be in a healthy relationship. A lot of people need the experience. It's like riding a bike with training wheels. It's experience. Usually for people, that's a college relationship where it really sets in. I'm not talking about lovers, intimate lovers. I'm talking about relationships. So usually we're talking 18 to 25, that range. People generally get a good relationship under their belt. One in which they've lived with someone more than likely. Not everybody. More nowadays, people wait longer to move in. But, in the 2000s and stuff, a lot of people were moved in their 20s. And they got to experience, quote unquote, married life without marriage. And they got to decide, do I want to be with this person forever or not? I guess 50-50. People either chose to stay and marry and have families and grow, or they did a 5-year, maybe a 7-year kind of thing, and then they separated. And then why? Because you grow, you learn, you move on, and that's not the person for you. And so that's kind of what I see here. It's like I was destined to be with you. You were like a karmic soulmate. I was meant to grow and learn, but I wasn't meant to be with you forever, Then you meet people that have had maybe a couple relationships under their belt, which could be here too. And it's like, oh, I've got 1, 2, maybe 3 marriages, maybe 4 marriages or big relationships under the belt. And finally, after like the 3rd or 4th, someone learns. Sometimes some people learn a lot less quickly than others. It all kind of depends on what is laid out for them to learn. Anyways, the Sun is all about wisdom and freedom and breaking the chains of karma and anything in your chart that would really hold you back in life with Saturn. A lot of karmic obstacles. So I don't know how many relationships this divine masculine really has under their belt. But what I do know from the cards is this. This particular relationship, third-party situation that they are in is one of them. This is one of the relationships they had to go through to learn how to be a better man. For some, maybe a woman, but they had to go through this karmic relationship to be better. And the only reason they got into it was lessons, it was destiny, they had to grow. Now, how does this other person feel in this with them? Okay, so how does the person that is with the masculine feel? During this fight, because it really came up, what are you still doing here? Why do you live with me? Why are you with me? They're asking them questions. Get out. You're not who I remember. This is all your fault. I want to break up. I don't want to be with you. You know, sleep on the couch, sleep in the other room. Just get out. Wow. How many of you guys have chills? Goosebumps all over yourself. This is crazy. Look at this, guys. You always sometimes wonder, is it the reader that has a narrative? Is it the reader that is reading from their own experience? Is it the reader that has an agenda or a story to tell? Is tarot real? Are the cards real? Are they really picking up on energy? Yes. This is one of those readings, guys, where the universe just wants to talk to you and say, hey, I'm in charge. Not Stephanie, not the reader, not you. I'm in charge. I manipulate the cards to tell what needs to be told. So it has nothing to do with me, guys. And here we are, just clarifying, verifying. Oh, yeah, this is definitely a third-party relationship. Whoever this DM is, they are not monogamous. They are not just with one person. They have been definitely involved with a third party throughout their life, and they do feel sorry. There is some sorrow. There is some, I'm so sorry that I'm like this. I'm sorry that I've done this. I'm sorry that you're involved in this. Like, I don't know why I do what I do, but that's what's going on. And this is why they are reaping what they are sowing. Now, we started out with the Five of Swords. The strongest card is always the first one. And then we have the air energy. So I do get the feeling that we are dealing with an air sign masculine. So most likely a Libra here, because we have two-faced business going on, but it could be a Gemini and it could be an Aquarius. Whatever's going on with this air sign, divine masculine, expect some delays. This is all about divine timing. This is not your timing. This is divine timing and patience. There is still time. So again, this is destiny talking. Anyways, the person that they are with, they feel in their heart of hearts that there's absolutely a third party in the relationship involved. And I believe in this argument, they called it out. They said, you're cheating. You've cheated on me, and I know you have. And you're cheating on me now, and I know you are. And you can lie, and you can say that you're not cheating on me, but you are. You are cheating on me. And even if you're not right now, you have. And it's the blame game. And it's like the reason we're not together, the reason we're breaking up, the reason we're having a problem is because you're unfaithful. And then maybe they want to throw another wrench in it. Maybe they want to say also, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, you don't make enough money. You don't even pay your half. You can't even afford this lifestyle. So, like, that's their fault. But in a way it is. The reason I say it's some people's fault that they don't have the money they should have is this. My grandpa worked 3 jobs. He made $1 an hour, terribly. And that's not enough. But he got what he could get. He appreciated the job that he did have, and he stuck to his job for 30 years. He was at one place of work for 30 years. Then he got a second job. During that 30 years of being at that job, he worked at another job for another 30 years. Kind of overlapping each other, but at one time he had 3 jobs. So he had 2 full-time jobs. One, I believe, was 6 hours, 6 to 7-ish, and the other one was 8 hours. And in the midst of those 2 full-time jobs, he had another job which he would do on weekends, which would be cleaning windows. And he solicited that himself. He would go door to door in rich, nice neighborhoods, and he would say, I've got a bucket, I've got a squeegee, and a sponge, and I will clean your windows on the outside. I'll even get a ladder, and he was not much for heights. But he did that to get extra money. He did everything he could. And when he didn't have enough money and he didn't make ends meet, he would go to the track, which was popular in his days, and he would gamble a couple bucks and see if he could win 20, 30 bucks, whatever, just to make more, because, anyways, my point with that is when someone is complaining and whining and crying that they don't have enough money and they work 38 hours a week, maybe 35, maybe 40 hours at the max, okay, and they're like, oh, I don't have enough money. It is their fault. Because this masculine, male or female, doesn't matter, this masculine should put their money where their mouth is, put their mind in it, and think, I better go get another job. Be it DoorDash, be it other forms of business which they want to create to make more money. But, where there's a will, there's a way. So in a sense, I see how this person that they're arguing with about money is like, what's your problem? You're a man. Grow up. You're a man. Go out there and make more money. Like, what is your problem? Why are you just okay with mediocre? Why are you just okay working 30 hours a week, complaining that you don't have enough? Why don't you go get another job? And so there's that argument. Okay. Then there's the other argument of you're a cheater. So it's like someone here could say, I could overlook you not making enough money if you were at least faithful, loyal, but you're not. On top of you not bringing home the money, you're not loyal. I want to break up with you. Oh my God, I think I'm going to cry. This is the most insane third-party confirmative reading I've had. We have third party again, my friends. Can you believe that? You know what they say? When you get something in 3s, it's divine. Anything that dreams happen in 3s. Accidents happen in 3s. Messages happen in 3s. And in this case, tarots and oracles happen in 3s. Trust me, the universe is saying, hey, I know what I'm talking about, and I know what I see behind closed doors. You may never hear the truth from their lips, but let me tell you. So let me tell you, in Karmicville, third party, literally the same exact words 3 times. This is a confirmation. So anyways, this karmic is like, listen, we do have a karmic here. You got to go. Get out. What are you still doing here? We have 4 of Wands in reverse. That's right. And this is you're not loyal. You're not loyal to my household. We have blame game. You're not loyal to our house. You're not loyal to our relationship. You're a very disloyal and cheating, lying man or woman. You are the King of Wands in reverse. You are manipulative. You're a deceiver. You do what you want, how you want, when you want. It's all about you. And there is someone here that is very controlling, which maybe tainted this relationship quite a bit, to be honest. You're not going to believe it, but we have a 4th confirmation of a third party in this reading, and that is the 3 of Swords. Broken heart. We have bottled up emotions in the reverse at the bottom, which tells me this karmic is not able to express themselves. This is a card of, I have to walk on eggshells. I'm not even comfortable in my own house. I don't want to shower with you around. I don't want to hang out in the living room in my PJs and eat snacks with you around. I don't want to be anything with you around. I can't even be myself. I can't even be comfortable. I can't trust you. Could you guys imagine living with an enemy? Because that's what it feels like for this karmic third party. And look, 33 in the room, 3-3, lots of threes. That's the number. That's the magic number today. So the karmic is just like, I hate this and I'm starting to hate you. You know, this King of Wands in reverse speaks a lot about despise, hate, anger, resentment, violence, arrogance, narcissism, and controlling, and even conceited, and very selfish also. Just bossy and arrogant and selfish. That to me sounds like a recipe for an enemy. And it's very upsetting, but that's what this third-party karmic has to literally go home to and live with. Is it possible, Steph, that this is reversed and the masculine's the terrible one? I mean, it's possible if that's the narrative that fits your story. If you feel that this resonates, it just needs to be flipped, go ahead and flip it. But the way I'm reading it is the way it resonates for me telling the story here. I think the masculine is a cheater in some sense, has to be, because it's a third party. I think the masculine is very dishonest. I think the masculine is very unloyal. It is what it is. It's in the cards. I think the masculine is somewhat of someone that easily gets talked into things. Like if a group of friends or his mom or stepmom or family talks him into stuff, I think that he's like, okay. So whatever you want to call that, I think this masculine is easily manipulated. And I do think this masculine is easily controlled by money. I think money talks and BS walks. That's what I think. And I think if the masculine is still living at home with this person or still there, the reason that they are is because they, like I said, they financially find themselves in a position where they cannot simply just write a check and move out, because I see that if this person could write a check for $5,000 to go relocate themselves, they would. And I see if this person thought they could have as nice of a home as the home they have right now with this person, and have the room and space that they have somewhere else for what they're paying, they would be gone. So is there a sense of being used? Yes. I think the answer is yes. They are here with this karmic using them. If they can get a little sex out of the deal, they're going to get a little sex out of the deal. If they can get some savings on their insurance or their phone bill, or maybe be late on rent this month, or be behind in some other bills because the karmics got it, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Whatever they have to do to have what they need is what they're going to do. And this is someone who likes to drag it out, because wow, do they like to drag it out. Ooh, ticking time bomb in reverse, bottled up emotions, and Queen of Cups. Now this talks about exploding emotions, like a very intense emotional peak. This is a bomb waiting to happen, to be honest. And let me tell you, this masculine is one person that will avoid the drama. They will leave the house. They'll walk out. They'll go to a local bar, local pub, have a beer or two, pick up dinner down the street, anything to buy some time so they don't have to be home. It's like, well, I'm getting off of work. Let me come home. Let me check on the kids, or let me check on the dogs or the cats, or let me, make sure I throw a load in, and I'm going to go back out. I'm going to go back out and I'm going to run to the store and grab something I need. And, oh, I'm going to call her, another girl or another guy, on my way out, and I'm going to text them and call them and complain and talk about my life. And maybe I'm going to go get some for a little while. And then I'm going to go to like a restaurant, pick up some dinner, and maybe around 11:30, I'll go home, you know. I'll go home late at night when the karmic is fast asleep or laying in bed and had a long day and not really wanting to argue. And they'll go about this cycle to avoid the big argument, because that's what this is all about, guys. I want to avoid it. And this is where we have walking on eggshells. I don't want to talk about it with you because it's only going to start a fight. And I don't want to address our problem because what is it going to help? I don't love you. You don't love me. I'm not loyal to you. You're probably not loyal to me. We've never really been in love. In fact, when I met you, I pretended on my way. I pretended I was in love, but really I was burned out of relationships far before I met you. I was tired of life and looking for an easier way out. I got involved with you because it was easy, or I got involved with you because I was pressured. But the real truth, and maybe they don't even know it, but they got involved with the karmic because God, source, creator, had this as part of destiny. They don't know it, but this was a plan. They think they made all the choices and all the decisions. But really, they were destined for this karmic relationship because they had to learn something from here. So anyways, this masculine avoids the fight and the argument, and really it hurts them. I don't want to say that they have a bad heart or they're a bad, mean person, because I don't feel that. I don't get the vibe that they're a bad person. I am not getting the vibe. I am getting the vibe we saw childhood twice. I'm getting the vibe that, honestly, guys, this person had a really rough childhood. And I know not a lot of you guys want to take that as an excuse or a reason for bad behavior. And I understand that. I do. But guys, it's just facts. People have crappy childhoods and then they live crappy lives. There's healing that needs to happen, of course. But this is why God, source, creator, destiny wanted them to go through this. Why? Because the karmic is teaching them the truth about their feelings, perhaps issues about their mother, perhaps even issues about a twin flame, which they've turned their back on, because we have, I know you're my soulmate in reverse. Perhaps a soulmate or twin flame they gave up on. Eight of Pentacles, consistencies in reverse. So they've never really been consistent in a relationship. And I want to go out on a limb here and say this. This person loves animals. This person loves children. This person is great with people, great with their friends. That's all air sign stuff. They love to be friendly and help others. This person is friendly and helpful to the homeless. This is a good-hearted person. They love animals, okay? They're very good people. Animals do not get close to evil people. Animals know when someone's bad news. Animals know when somebody has a good heart. Even if they're totally messed up on the outside, even if someone's on drugs, even if someone's a prostitute, even if someone has killed someone, even if someone is self-destructive, animals know who has a good heart and who doesn't. And what I'm seeing is there's animals around your masculine that say, you know what, he's a good man, or he's a good woman, or she's a good, whatever. But the animals know. And so I know what source is saying is this is not a bad person. This is just someone having a bad time in life, bad childhood, crappy life, burned out on life, lost its lust, or life has lost its lust. I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean. Like, life is just not looking great for people. And it's just like life has lost its luster. What's so great about life, anyways? That's kind of how this person views it. So, anyways, it doesn't matter how nice this person is. What they are doing, I'm sorry here, what they are doing, third party, they're cheating. And it's like, it doesn't matter how crappy your childhood was, you know right from wrong. You know how to be a good, loyal husband or a good, loyal wife. And you know that when you're not, and you know when you're paying half your way and when you're not. And so this is why I think this card is now standing out to me, the commitment card with the Hierophant. It's like, what are you committed to and who are you committed to? And this is helping this masculine learn his or her lesson about rushing into marriage, rushing into relationships after a breakup or a burnout. That's what happened. I got to write that down because I know. And I don't have my pen up here. Well, poop. Help me remember that, guys, at the end. This is a masculine that rushes into relationships after a breakup or burnout. And they're learning the consequences of this path. And it's so much better that they're learning it from the karmic than learning it from you. If you and this masculine were together, say you guys were together for years, they would have really hurt you far worse than they've hurt you now. I don't know what damage would have been done, but you wouldn't have been able to handle the hurt that this karmic is feeling. Perhaps you guys would have shared a child and been cheated on a lot with this child in the home. Perhaps this person would have come home drunk, or perhaps this person would have had a lot of angry arguments with you. Perhaps you wouldn't have had a family at all and you would have felt rejected, unwanted. You know, like, you don't want a baby with me, you don't want a family with me. Who knows what kind of rejection you would have felt going through this karmic lesson with a man or a woman that had gone through burnout. Perhaps you would have really learned how painful this really would have been. And granted, you're on the sidelines right now. You are probably in this third-party connection. You're in the triangle. And perhaps you are the one getting a call late at night. Perhaps you are the one getting a call to work, out of work, while at work. Maybe they're calling you throughout the day, texting you throughout the day. Hi, what are you doing? I miss you. What are you having for lunch? What are you having for dinner? What did you do today? How was your day? How are you feeling? What's going on with your family? You know, those are great conversations. And it's nice because you get to see the good part of them. And they might text you a sexy picture, or they might video call you while they're in the shower, or they might, call you when they're lonely at night thinking of you. Oh, I just had a dream about you. I want to share it with you. You guys may be having a more intimate connection than they do at home with their karmic. Them and their karmic may be despising one another, and they're off having a great love affair with you, to be honest. You guys may be laughing and giggling. Maybe you guys are going out to eat, going to the movies, having a great time, seeing each other on their days off, meeting up places, shopping together, swapping recipes, sharing pics. Life could be pretty good between you guys, and it's not drama, it is drama because you're part of a third party and they're not living with you, they're not with you, but Spirit's like, trust me, I am teaching them how to be a better person. And really, this fresh perspective is them getting clarity about who they love and why they love that person and how long they've loved this person. It seems to me like you have known this person longer than whoever they're with. You guys have years under their belt. You have previous experience. You have history. Maybe it's a decade of history. Maybe it's a couple decades. Maybe you share children. Maybe you share a lot, who knows? But you have history. And that counts for something, because what I'm seeing is they've never wanted to let you go. It's like, even if they're sitting here with this new person and they're in their arms, they're like, I'm chosen. I'm the one they're with. I'm the one they moved in with. I'm the one that carries their last name, or I'm the one that has their name tattooed on me and my name tattooed on them, and we're forever. And I'm the one that is in all the family pictures. They may sit there in their arms and say, I'm the one, but look who he's looking at. Look who he wants. Look who he's never let go of. He's hanging on to somebody else's hand. And I feel like what this is in and out. And that's what comes out here, is they were burned out of life and all kinds of crap with you and just everything. And they rushed into this other connection because there was some, like I said earlier, some kind of peace, some kind of pressure, something to be there, but they never let go. They always loved you. They always had a connection with you. And it looks like they have always been in and out of your life. There's destiny is here. So there's always been you in the background. You've always been there. And so, oh, and we have Leo, by the way. Leo. There's a Leo here. Could be a Leo sun, Leo Venus, Leo Jupiter for some ladies. But there's definitely some Leo here. Leo here as well. And I'm just telling you, like, I guess the honest truth is they've never been able to move on from you. I think they've tried. Because this is, I definitely tried. On my way, Chariot, I picked up my bags and I tried to move on, honey. I was out of there. But I never let go. I don't know. So anyways, that's where I'm at right now. Let's get some more info here. Angels, what do you see? Am I on the money? I know I'm on the money because I've gotten so many confirmations, but what do the angels see? And you don't have to just go based on a sun sign. Somebody said he's a Scorpio. That's basing someone on their birthday. And that's also just going based on tropical instead of Vedic. So actually, in Vedic sidereal, which is me, the reader, what I follow, that Scorpio would probably be a Libra. So actually, he would fall in line with what I said about an air sign. But that's just the sun sign. We also need to know the moon, which is heart and emotions, romance, feelings, thoughts. Moon sign is super important. And rising ascendant, which is fate, destiny, how other people see this person and who they really try to be. Okay, their persona. And then you want to check that Venus, which is love, marriage, and relationships, what that looks like. And for ladies, it's Jupiter, father of children or husband. And for some, it may even be Mars, which for ladies, Mars is your attractive, romantic, sexual partner. You may not have had children with this person. You may not have been married with this person yet, but that Mars is who you desire, who you want to pursue, and who's pursuing you, and the level of conquer, which is intimacy and sex, being conquered. When you give up your body sexually, there is an energy of conquered. Okay, so that's Mars, especially for the ladies. And if you're a gay man, Mars is right there in there for you as well, being conquered. Okay, and it doesn't work that way though. Mars with the man with the woman, that the Mars doesn't represent that with the woman. It would still be Venus. Mars is a very masculine energy, so you really want to think of a man. Okay, two lesbians would not resonate with a Mars. Okay, it's masculine, and it even has the symbol of the man. That's Mars. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. So it's you understand what I'm saying. Anyways, we're doing a divine masculine reading, but the energy can be transferable, but not the planets, as far as sex goes. Okay, so anyways, let's see. What do the angels want to say? What do the angels want to say about this connection? Angels, talk to us. Tell us what needs to be seen. Okay. Bottom of the deck is this masculine has a real hard time making decisions. We've got two of fire twice. It's easy to say this masculine a lot of the time doesn't know what he wants. Sometimes he wants you. Sometimes he wants this mess. He has a hard time. But it does say that your masculine is planning on partnering up with someone, most likely you, and definitely wants to progress with, I feel, you, especially if there's a fire sign Leo energy. I do feel there's this, I want to be with you, partner with you, and progress with you. The angels also say 5 of Earth. We have lack, worry, and assistance. Again, this all comes down to if the masculine had $1 million, they would not be with this karmic. Money is a factor. It is what it is, and that's the truth. If you want to test it, test it. Give this masculine a $5,000, $10,000 check. They will be gone from this karmic's life. They will pay them whatever they owe them, and they'll block them. Block. I don't want to hear from you, and I don't want to see you. I sure as hell am not going to miss you. I don't F you now, and I don't want to F you later. I don't want to hear from you, and I'm not attracted to you like that anymore. Do I care about you? Yeah, but I don't really care that much to be in communication. I hope you have a good life. I hope you find happiness and joy, and I hope you're safe and you live a long life. That's as far as to the extent as what this masculine cares about with this karmic. It's like, good luck and a happy new year. I wish you and your mom and your dad and your brother and your sister the best. May you all be healthy and happy, and thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for throwing it all in my face. Thank you for putting up with me because I'm so terrible to put up with. Thank you for giving me whatever you could give me at the time. Good riddance. By the way, I wish I never had that tattoo. Or I wish I never went to the altar to get married again. Lesson learned. I rushed into a relationship with you. I rushed into moving in with you. I rushed into getting a tattoo of you or whatever this is. I rushed and I regret that. Shouldn't have done it. Bye. Like I said, test my theory. Give them a check because 5 of Earth says if they had the money, they would be gone. They are not with this karmic for love. They're only there for lack and worry. They are there for the assistance the karmic can give, whatever the karmic can support. This card says, you needn't go through your current challenges all by yourself. There are times when you need some help, and Source wants you to feel safe about asking for it. You may feel that something is lacking in your life. You're lacking financial abundance, you're lacking romance, or otherwise, your guardian angels have invited the masculine to come in from the rain. Accept their help and assistance of human friends and family who have surrounded this masculine to help. This card is an indicator that the masculine is feeling very challenged right now, financially and romantically, but it is also evidence that there are sources of compassion in their life nearby who could really make a difference. Don't lose faith. These challenges are temporary and things will improve very soon. The masculine is supposed to review their situation and plan on the next step forward, going into the life they desire with you. They are keeping their thoughts positive. They're trying to focus on things to be grateful for. If they've ever considered being self-employed, they need to wait just a little longer before enacting on their plan. The angels want you guys to understand that the masculine is experiencing a sense of scarcity in their life one way or another. And they're reaching out to your masculine with arms to assure that it's okay and that this is a hardship that won't last. They just have to make the right decisions. This is a test from the source, the universe, the creator. It's like, come on, what did you learn from your burnout? What did you learn from this karmic cycle and breaking bonds with this karmic? What did you learn from this relationship? And furthermore, what did the karmic experience with your DM and learn for themselves? Did they do some self-reflection? Did they realize that they're not being treated their worth? They're not being valued. They're not being respected. Their body has been used. Their money has been used. Their home has been used. Their resources, their siblings, their parents, their friends have been used. When are they going to wake up and realize, holy crap, this has got to stop? They're in my house right now using me, and I'm not doing anything about it. So this is all about the law of attraction, and the additional meaning of this card is asking for what you need and the importance of loving yourself. This is also, of course, abandonment and feeling alone, financial worries, and even health challenges. So let's just go ahead and say your masculine's not having a good time. This is not a good, happy new year. What is the blunt, obvious message for the karmic? Okay. Blunt and obvious, karmic. Stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it. Wow. That is a huge message. Because how many times does the karmic think we can be happy again? We were in love once, we're going to be in love again. This is just a rough time. We're going to make it better. Next year will be better. Once they get a new job, things will be better. let me just keep this masculine away from his family or his kids or his friends a little bit longer, and then he'll come back to normal and he'll snap out of it and he won't be influenced and we'll be happy again. Wrong. The karmic's biggest lesson today is they need to stop pretending and believing that they're going to be happy ever again with this masculine. The next most blunt, obvious truth is no equals a full sentence. If the karmic says no, you need to get out, they need to stick to it. I know someone who has been breaking up with a karmic for the last at least 3 years. And they have had fight after fight, breakup after breakup. He's even gone as far as soliciting help to find an apartment. Talking to his daughter about where they could live and who she would want to live with. Even returning to his ex. Like he had gone above and beyond looking for a place, my friend, and lying all the time about it to whoever he was talking to. It's like he would show up somewhere and get busted with like a beanbag he's picking up somewhere, and she would ask, "Where are you going with that?" And he would say, "Oh, I'm delivering it for a friend." Always lying about who he was with, what he was up to. And anyways, he had been trying to break up with this karmic for years and still is there. And like I said, above and beyond. So that's been going on for years. And the reason he's still there is because probably he kissed a little butt and didn't respect the karmic's boundaries. The karmic said, "Nope, get out. It's a full sentence. Leave me alone. Move out. I don't want you here anymore." And what does he do? He probably bought flowers, chocolates, took him out on a date, maybe ate her out, maybe gave her the best sex of her life. You know, maybe brought a new puppy. Anything to buy time. Remember, we are dealing with the King of Wands, which is an attractive person. So we have a charmer. We have somebody with beautiful eyes, a nice smile, someone that smells good, dresses nice, someone that attracts the ladies or the men, depending on whatever situation you're in. But we have a charmer. So this karmic is learning, how do I deal with a charmer, a cheating charmer that I try to say move out, I try to say break up, but then he's always coming back. He always wants this. And then I get confused because he keeps saying he wants this and he won't leave. And it's like the karmic's thinking, I've given them so many opportunities to leave, but they won't. See, you have to stand your ground. But this karmic does not stand their ground. And this is why the biggest, loudest, one of the most important messages that is blatant is, when you say something, you need to stick to it. No is a full sentence. No, you're not going to cheat on me. No, you're not going to keep sneaking around on me. No, you're not going to use me for my money. No, you cannot live with me in this house anymore. No, you cannot sleep with me in the master bedroom anymore. No, and they have to stick to that. They cannot be swooned back into everything's okay. And even if it's not sex or flowers or puppies, perhaps, and we talked about this, walking on eggshells, this DM knows how to beat around the bush. Like I said earlier, they will stay out till 11 o'clock at night, midnight, whatever, the clock is ticking. They will stay out to avoid the big fight. And what I mean by the big one is the big one. The big one where it's like, get your stuff and get the heck out of here. Pack your bags and go. See, they're avoiding that big fight. So they're just like, nope, gonna avoid it, gonna avoid it, gonna avoid it, gonna avoid it. Nope, 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 not gonna avoid it. Don't want to stir that boat. Why? Why? Everyone's, why? We always go back to this. 5 of Earth. 1, childhood issues, abandonment issues, whatever. Also, financials. It's always going to go back in the masculine realm, see? And I do counsel a lot of people about masculines. They think, what about their heart? What about their feelings? What about their spirituality? What about their spiritual connection with me? What about their soul contract? What about their higher self? What about their moral conscience? What about what their heart tells them? What about our chemistry? We have such a great sexual chemistry. Isn't that all strong enough to make this masculine make the right decision and trust their instincts and trust their intuition and follow their heart and follow their guides and go to where they need to go? So many of my clients are feminines and they're always telling me the same thing. What about all that stuff? And I will stay saying the same thing over and over. Masculines do not operate in that way. That is why they are masculine. They are your opposite, not your identical. They will always choose the better financial fit, the better logical fit, the better publicly viewed fit. Not the heart, but the mind. And not their instinct, but their ketu, their go-to security blanket. Where do I feel comfort and where do I feel safe? And I will be honest, a lot of masculines do not feel comfort or safe in their emotions. That is a very strange, foreign thing to them, especially if they have childhood wounds. So believe me, if you want to be one of my clients and ask me the questions I always get asked, that's why. They are never going to operate on that emotional level in the karmic realm. They have to first conquer themselves and conquer their desires of feeling comfort over truth. Question here, TQ. So do that mean a masculine is dealing with a masculine when they make their choice 90% of the time? Yes. And it's very unbalanced.
Hi. When do you want to return that hoodie?
Not in the middle of the night, right now.
I know. But
Tomorrow.
Okay. See ya.
Love you. So anyways, feminines will always stretch the limits and go for the uncomfort. Feminines take those leaps of faith. Feminines follow their instinct, their gut, their heart, and they'll risk it all. Feminines will risk job and family and comfort to follow love. They forget all about any kind of logic. It's, I don't care about the world. I don't care about the career, or I don't care about what people think of me, and I don't care about if I have to sleep on the street in a box or not. I want to be with the man I love, because love is the most important thing. That is always a feminine. And the problems with clashing relationships is always the feminine wants their masculine to be feminine. And the masculine doesn't care either way. The masculine's just like self-preservation mode all the time, because they need to get themselves straight so they can go do their job of provide, protect, serve. And they know they can't do that unless they're straight. So they're always going to go to the core, which is self-preservation. And you'll notice they always have a caring way about them. Like, even if they're self-preserving, they'll call and say, how are you? How was your day? If you're crying, they want to meet up with you and make it better. If you're threatened by a coworker or some bad event, I'll be right there. They're always quick to the hero rescue, because that's their nature, even when they're in self-pres mode. But anyways, I don't know, we were going off on a tangent here. But for the karmic, lessons that have to be learned is you need to, as a karmic, the karmic has to honor their no and stop avoiding the fight, the big one. Next, we have forgive the F out of someone today. So the karmic has to do some forgiveness of self, forgiveness of masculine, forgiveness of a waste of time, forgiveness perhaps of an enemy. But forgiveness has to happen. And the universe is like, you're very, for the karmic is very unforgiving, angry, and perhaps bitter. So next we have F out of here. The karmic needs to go. Bye. The karmic has got to say, no, I'm out of here. It's over. I want this break. I want the separation. I don't want this third party anymore. What the karmic doesn't realize is the masculine is always going to be in limbo. If the karmic, which by the way is supposed to be learning a lesson as well, because that's divine. It's a divine soulmate. The karmic needs to know, if I'm not learning my lesson, the masculine's not learning his lesson, then we're all not learning our lesson and we're staying stuck. And what is the most miserable thing about being stuck? Well, it's it's this. This equals stuck. It's not a fun place to be, guys. You know, and this goes for the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the karmic. But we all kind of have to be in line and in tune with one another. Because if it's business as usual, then it's always going to be business as usual. You see what I'm saying? And it's not good for you. It's not good for the karmic. It's not good for the masculine. And a lot of you guys say, well, can't the masculine make the choice? He's the one in the middle. We can't do that. Remember, we've been doing this blame game, and the karmic is doing this blame game. The masculine has to choose. Technically, you all have to choose at the same time. Technically. Let's say your masculine chooses to free everyone of their problems and says, I'm going to pick one. And I'm going to be the best man in the world to that person. It doesn't solve the problem. The way the universe, creator, source sees the problem is the karmic has a mental issue, an emotional issue, a karmic issue that needs solving and healing and growth. And the divine feminine has a mental issue, an emotional issue, a self-love issue, a self-worth issue. Okay? So if the masculine chooses all by themselves, oh, I'll choose the feminine, let's all be happy, then the karmic doesn't grow and the divine feminine doesn't grow. There's no growth. It's just the masculine that grows. And if the divine feminine makes the choice to say, no, I don't want this, I'm out, then she or he's the only one out there on their own doing them. And then there's still no growth because the masculine's stuck behind and the karmic is still stuck behind. See, the most frustrating thing for all of you guys is having to do this all at the same time. And how many of you guys have been in those stupid races where your legs are tied to another person and you have to go win the race? It's so hard. You guys are tuning up your teamwork because, believe it or not, this is a third party, but What that really means, you and the third party are destiny. You have a connection to her or him. Your masculine has a connection to you and the karmic. You are all a team. What you should be doing is praying that the three of you can get your stuff together at the same time so you all can be free of this. So when you're doing your candle work, when you're doing your prayers, don't just pray for your DM to get away from the evil karmic. And don't just pray for yourself to be healed and move on from this person and have somebody new. And don't just pray for your masculine to get up out of the mess. Pray for all of you. Pray that all three of you get clarity and truth and revelations and healing and success. And that all three of you can conquer this karmic cycle together because you are all tied. That's just the truth. That's what Spirit's telling me, and that's what Destiny Calls is telling me here. Right there. Destiny Calls. You guys are in this together. And it's not a blame game anymore. Whose fault is it? All three of you are tied up. So, yeah, the masculine's a part of this, but so are you. For whatever reason, you got called into this. For whatever reason, your soul is here dealing with this. You know, it's, thank you, Doja Sal. I like to think of it too as like children. They don't ask to be here. They're like, Mom, Dad, you did the dirty and you brought me into this world. It's not my fault. True, but that's their family now. Also, that soul, even though they're unaware, wanted to be a part of this family unit. They don't remember it, but their soul is bound to the bloodline of that family, whether they're conscious of that decision or not. So, we can't really say they didn't ask to be here because there is a part of their soul that did. And regardless if they did or did not, they are part of the family, and so you make do. You make do. And so it's the same with this karmic situation. Y'all didn't ask for this probably specifically, but you all got each other. What are you going to do about it? And I think forgiveness is a big part of this puzzle. So if you guys have been struggling with ways to solve this karmic kerfuffle, forgiveness is a good start. Praying for one another is a good start. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so we got that. That's what the angels want to say. Let's get a fun oracle. I always have so much fun with Alice in Wonderland. Let's do her. She's good. Okay. She's always fun. Okay, so let's do Miss Allie. What's going on with Alice in Wonderland? What does she want to say? What is a Spirit? Can you please give me a beautiful oracle that can kind of give guidance and peace to this reading? Some kind of an understanding. Thank you, Insane Justice 13. I appreciate that so much. We got nonsense, and it's in reverse. 28. It's time to talk sense. Queen of Hearts. Oh, this is so cute. I love the artwork, don't you guys? Really beautiful cards. I recommend this deck if you haven't got one. Bottom of the deck here, I meant deck, not duck, but obviously I can't talk today, you know? Anyways, we have Believe, Strange Encounters in the reverse. So, kind of make sense of these two oracles together for you. Yeah, and see what the duck. Okay. Believe, Strange Encounters says, oh my gosh, this makes me want to cry. I'll tell you why in a second. I'm going to read a piece from the book. Do you know I always thought unicorns were fabulous monsters too? I never saw one alive before, though. Well, now that we've seen each other, said the unicorn, if you'll believe me, I'll believe in you. Is that a bargain? Well, when Alice and the unicorn first met, and I'm going to think of the unicorn like the karmic or your higher self. When they first met through the looking glass, neither of them could quite believe what was taking place. This acknowledgement, this, oh my God, you're real, you know? And I think of that with you and the karmic. Because for you to be able to take the blinders off and see the karmic as your karmic soulmate as well, it's a whole new revelation. And you're like, I never thought that you had a soul in there, that you were decent, that you were a decent person, that you had a purpose, that you weren't just here out of sheer bad luck, or you weren't just here to torture me, or you weren't just some nightmare that I couldn't wait to walk away from. You actually have a purpose. And I, as a higher soul, actually wanted you in my life down here to learn these things. And when you take those blinders off, you're like, wow, you're real. Like, this is real. This soul contract's real. Destiny's real. Fate, karma, tarot, oracles, the occult, mysticism, it's all real. Astrology, it's real. And to me, that's the unicorn. It's when everything makes sense, and not everybody can believe it. Not everybody believes in unicorns. Not everybody believes in oracles and tarot and occult and magic and mysticism and destiny and fate or karmics and soulmates. Not everybody believes in that stuff. But when you see it in your life and it stands out and it's real, this is that clarity moment, right? Anyways, when you get this card in reversed, which it is, it says this: refusing to accept the differences in people. Feeling that your spiritual encounters or mystical visions are unreal, an untrue situation, denial, or fantasy. It's also disliking being in an unfamiliar place or in a very uncomfortable situation. Finding people so different from you that you really can't connect or engage with them. I like that. I like it because the karmic is very different from you. In fact, it's like night and day, good and evil. Very different from you. And when you judge yourself and you judge them and you draw the line and you just make this huge, vast separation, that forgiveness and understanding doesn't happen. And I think the karmic cycle doesn't end because you don't see them as an equal in sense. Just like the moon and the sun have an agreement. If the moon and sun hated each other, how could this world ever be balanced? If the moon always wanted to be in the sky with no sun and vice versa, the sun wanted to just be there with no moon, this wouldn't exist. They had to have an agreement that it's mutually beneficial for one and the other to have each other. It's mutual. And they're very different night and day. But I need you and you need me. And I may not see you when I'm risen, but I know you're there. And I think that's the same with you and the karmic. It's like you and I are night and day, but I know that I would not have a healed masculine without you. And for the karmic to say, I know without you being my third party situation, I wouldn't have found the healing or the strength to say no and love myself. So like night and day, you guys need to have this agreement that you need one another in some way. Anyways, that's my thoughts on it. Finding people too differently to really connect or engage with. A refusal or difficulty believing in the existence of elemental beings. There is someone here that struggles with the spiritual realm. And that would probably be the masculine. Because again, masculines are logical, scientific, physical, they're earthly. They're very much in the root chakra energy, right? They want facts, they want physical evidence, they want pentacles, they want actual security and So I think that's probably the person here who has a real hard time with spirituality. And that's this card. It's like I'm having a hard time coming to terms with fate and destiny and spiritual help. I just want physical help. They just want someone to grab them by the hand, tell them, here's what you do, A, B, C. These are the steps you take, and these are the results you're going to get. That's not how life works. It's just not. I'm sure there's pieces of life that work that way, but it's not in general that way. It's just not. But that's what they would love. They would love to have a handbook on how to do all of this, but there's no handbook. Anyways. So now we're going to get into the best card here, which is nonsense. And I can't wait to see what this card has to say, because I kind of feel like we've been already reading that, right? With Believe in Reverse, this whole fantasy spiritual problem. It's like, it's all nonsense and poppycock. I don't believe any of it, So I'm really excited. Let's see what this says. It's time to talk sense, is what it says. And I'll read a piece from the book. Just so you guys know, I'm always reading a piece from the actual Alice in Wonderland book. And it says, the queen turned crimson with fury. And after glaring at her for a moment like a wild beast, she began screaming, "Off with her head! Off with..." "Nonsense," said Alice very loudly and decidedly. And then, shockingly, the queen was silent. Markers, what did Hans say? Just curious. I saw he was timed out and his message was deleted. Okay, let me know what he said. Everything happens for a reason. It might add to the reading. I don't know. So, when we get this card reversed, it says this. Backing down at the moment of truth. Oh, gosh. Backing down. Oh, he didn't need my advice? Oh. Well, you know what? Like I said, everything happens for a reason. He's probably coming in as the masculine. He's coming in and speaking loud, and maybe he's even coming in as a karmic, saying, I don't need your advice. I need facts. Maybe he's just angry. He's seeking help. He's seeking advice, and he's not getting it. He's not getting what he needs, and he's seeking. And so he's lashing out, saying, I don't need your advice, but he's here watching. So, yeah, that's that masculine energy. And it could even be karmic. And I want us to, as a family here, go into that and just understand where people like that are coming from. Because that's where the karmic's coming from. That's where the masculine's coming from. They are in denial, right? They're having a hard time with spirituality. And they're thinking it's fantasy, it's ridiculous, and they don't want to believe in it, but it's right here in their face. And right now, in real time, we're reading this card, and it literally says, backing down at the moment of truth. Because what are we doing, guys? We're speaking the truth. We're speaking it. And they just have a hard time believing that the truth has anything to do with spirituality. The truth has anything to do with magic or tarot or oracle. Anything to do with astrology. They're backing down at the moment of This is fate. It's foreseen and written in the stars. And that's the denial. Anyways, running from confrontation, which we knew that with the bottled up emotions in reverse and the ticking time bomb in reverse. And this is right here. Running away from confrontation. Guys, the masculine is definitely avoiding the fight. The big one. It's a fake account markers. Goodness. All right. Then we have allowing someone to intimidate you. Now, I do believe that's the karmic or the masculine intimidating the karmic. But whoever it is, it's a Leo energy, I think. And that is allowing someone to intimidate. We also have an inability to find the courage within. Oh my gosh. This just hits so hard, doesn't it, guys? We had the lack of courage. We even said that with strength in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. We literally mentioned a lack of courage. So anyways, yeah, this masculine has an inability to find the courage within. There's also a deep down fear of punishment. And it's ironic because I started coughing and there's just something in the back of my throat and it's like I need to clear it, but I can't. It's almost like you swallow water down the wrong tube and you know it's back there and you need to gurgle it up or clear your throat to get that out. You know what I mean? I guess they call it a frog in the throat. So I feel that and it's not being cleared. You could even tell a difference in my voice right now. You could tell a change in my voice because it's not being cleared. And it's ironic as I'm reading this because I am an intuitive person here. I'm a channeler. It says loss of voice, which gives me goosebumps. Check it out, guys. If you can read there. It's kind of blurry there. Loss of voice. Okay. Fear of punishment and loss of voice. Let me tell you, that masculine, look at 88 minutes, and Justice, you just said something at 1:44 a.m. where I'm at. 4488, it's no coincidence. But it all comes into the reading as truth. But your masculine has lost their voice, lost their courage, and are definitely in fear of losing financially with the situation. And even if it's not just money, it's about losing their place of residence, losing their stability, losing their constant, consistent way of life, which is a normal schedule. Losing that. Losing with what they may have been used to for many years. Okay? Yeah, like a Tower TQ. And last, believing you cannot be brave without being aggressive. And that's something for the karmic. I know it's blurry. That's something for the karmic and the masculine. They think that in order to be brave and do what they need to do, they have to be aggressive. And it's just not true. That's why Spirit came out with let your no be a full sentence. You don't have to be aggressive. The masculine is afraid of aggression. Let's get some DM confessions. How about that? What is your divine masculine want to confess to you? Not the karmic, not a confession to the karmic, but a confession to their divine third-party counterpart in this third-party mess. Because I know you're the one watching. So your DM says, please let me back in when I come. I'll die if I lose you forever. So they're just like, I know I'm a wreck. I know this is hard. I know you hate this. But please, whenever I get my senses back, whenever I come to my senses, please let me back in your life. We have, I sense your anger and your resentment. So they know you're angry. You have every right to be angry. You have every right to be resentful with them and what they've put you through in a third-party mess. But they want you to know they also mirror your fears of rejection, abandonment, being unloved, not being worthy. They mirror that. They do. And they need you to be strong and to release some of those things so they can do it as well. Remember, you are all a team. You are all a team. Even the karmic. And you guys need to try really hard to forgive, to love one another, and to release those fears so they can all do it at the same time. And then your masculine can come back into your life. When your masculine's around you, he wishes he could stay. Like if you guys are hanging out together for an hour or you go out to eat or, whatever, they wish they could be with you longer. Again, their desire is to be with you, but they are stuck in a sick cycle with this karmic. Okay? Now also, they get insecure when it comes to you. They're nervous and they're overwhelmed in your presence. You're very different. You see, you are very special. You're different than everyone else that they've experienced. Why? Because you're not a karmic. If you don't have anything to forgive, then don't worry about it. I only suggest the forgiveness because it came up for teamwork. And if there's any resentment or anger, for abandonment, rejection, being distant for a long period of time, being absent, or cheating and lying, whatever, I only ask for forgiveness to move on as a team and really make peace with that. And it's okay if you have anger in you. I have a lot of anger still in me with my exes that have even passed away. I've recently, during this Mercury retrograde, had some resentment bubbling up in me about my kid's father, who's obviously deceased, but resentment for what I went through with him being gone, his decisions. I need to make peace with that. You see, he's gone, but it can haunt you. And it's not affecting him clearly anymore, but it's affecting me, And so I don't know what you guys are dealing with personally on that level, but it is helpful. Bottom of the deck here, you are just perfect. And I'm sorry I keep messing it up. So they do see you as someone that they don't think you're flawed. They don't think that this is your fault. They're not blaming you. They're not like, oh, feminine, this is all your fault. They don't have blame towards you, really. They think that you're kind of innocent in all of this. And you probably are. To be honest, reading for a lot of the divine feminines, a lot of you are technically innocent. Hear me out. Technically on paper, legally in the justice system, in justice's eyes, you are innocent. you didn't do anything to deserve what's happened to you. Technically. Spiritually, that's a whole nother ballpark. I know it's an unpopular opinion. But the reason I say that is because I know people from their charts, not their testimony. And your birth chart says a lot more about you than your mouth. It talks about your past life, your history. But more important than that, it talks about your karma. And that is your soul contract. That's your agreement. It's definitely your agreement. And your soul came here with this lesson, this agreement, this relationship combination. You literally have a combination unique to you, but your soul is well aware of this combination and well aware of this karmic soulmate. Well aware of the fights you were going to have before you ever had them. So when I say technically, you get my drift. Because there are parts of you that still had a part in all of this. It is not all your masculine's fault, and we're going to dump it all on him for this mess, this kerfuffle, whatever, whatever you call it. Because technically in this 3D realm, yeah, he's the one to take the fall, the blame, because he's the one making the physical acts. He's masculine. Masculine is physical and literal and logical. He is literally the one making the chess moves to create the kerfuffle. Yes, so he can take the blame because physically in our realm, he's the guilty party. But if this were to go into a spiritual court in the higher heavens, judged by spiritual beings, we would be dealing with a whole different ball of yarn, wouldn't we? They would be talking about your past life, your past karmas, what you did to have this karma, this lesson that needed to be learned. Oh, they would have all the dirt. They would have all the tea on you, on him, on the third party. Oh, the tea would be spilt in a spiritual justice system because they make no mistakes. So just try to think of it in two realms. It's okay to have your 3D body upset with the physical trauma that you're dealing with in this world. It's okay to be angry with that and feel slighted and like this is unjust. Make peace with that part of you, though, because you need to get in touch with your spiritual other half, your higher self, if you will. Make peace with it and bury it because there are other parts to your story that you are not conscious of. And so really forgiveness is making peace with everything. And that's what the monks do. That's what the monks do. They make peace with the past and the present and the future, and they only live for the present. They forgive everything from their past, and they simply live for the day. And they're not even concerned about tomorrow. That's what the monks do. And that's why they're okay to give away everything and to lose everything and to just be part of self and literally meditate and just be one with their spirit. The monks have mastered the art of quieting the 3D world and getting in touch with the spiritual self. So I'm not, it's very difficult for us all to be a monk, okay? It's not easy. Certainly not. But you can try to at least understand that concept and try to deal with your anger or resentment if you have any. Okay? Try to deal with it. And remember, this forgiveness is not, oh, you're good. I forgive you. You're innocent. I understand why you did what you did. Karmic, I forgive you for being hateful, spiteful, abusive, and aggressive. It's okay. It's no big deal. I understand. That's not the kind of forgiveness that I'm referencing, because that is not okay. And believe me, we had the double-edged sword. People will reap what they have sown and taste their own words. So Spirit's like, let karma come out how it does. Everyone will reap. So forgiveness is really just putting it in Spirit's hands and saying, I release control of trying to teach this karmic a lesson, or sitting idly by waiting for a show of proof that they got to suffer for what they did to me. See, it's releasing it out of your hands and saying, I don't care. I don't care to watch them burn, and I don't care to teach the lesson anymore. I forgive what happened. I let it go. They're not that important to me anymore. I'm ready to lose the karmic. I'm ready to lose the karmic situation, and I'm ready to let go of it. That is you, if you can imagine a braid, a golden braid of hair. The karmic is one piece, masculine's another, and you're another. This is a clue. I need you to release these so I can too. This is a message from the DM. Okay? So whenever you do this little monk thing here and you forgive and let go, right? Let go and let God, they say. Then you snip your part of the braid. And you are definitely helping break that karmic chain. And it makes it so much easier for the other people involved. So you break your part of the braid. Then it's going to be easier for your masculine to snip and cut his part of the braid. Because you as a DM and a DF, you are similar souls, perhaps even twin flames, but at the very least, you're divine soulmates. So you are bonded permanently. There's no karmic wall between you. You're bonded. This is a lesson. This is a karmic thing that you guys are going through, but you're always bonded. That's the Lover's card. But once you decide that, then your person can decide that, and then you both snip your parts of the braid, and you're free. The Sun card, okay, which is where I was trying to go with this story. So you both snip it, and now you're both free of the karmic lesson. And guess what? The karmic will follow suit. The karmic will feel no more connection to you. The contract will be completed. The karmic will have a natural instinct inside of themselves to say, I'm no longer part of this karmic contract. I'm free. I'm no longer needed to be here in this lesson. I'm free. I'm free. I'm no longer chained to this divine masculine or this feminine cycle. I'm free. And then the karmic will snip her or his part of the braid, and the chain will be broken. I'm not saying it has to go in that order, but I'm just saying that kind of an order makes sense. It makes sense. And so, anyways. Okay, I said my piece with that. What does Spirit want you to focus on? Sorry, this is a really long reading. What does Spirit want you to focus on? Aww. Spirit says, Hunty, I want you to move on. I want you to move forward. Are you ready? Let's go. I want you to focus on the wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just move. A lot of you guys need to focus on what you need to do in your life to make your life move forward. Don't look behind and look at what you need to fix in the karmic's life. What does the karmic need to do? You're micromanaging. Don't look at the masculine and think, what does the masculine need to do to fix his life and our life? That's micromanaging. Spirit says, focus on your own will. Lube it, tune it, make sure it works. Get yourself straight. Get yourself in a high vibe. Get yourself where you need to be mentally, physically, emotionally. Get yourself together, because even if those other two are falling behind, falling short, not getting it together, as long as you are always ready to go, whenever they quickly turn and get ready to go, you're ready. This is you ready and waiting. Okay, this is lock and loaded. Spirit's like, get locked and loaded. Get ready to shoot off. Just always be ready. Always be ready. Because no matter what happens to you, it's going to be good. That's the Wheel of Fortune. You might make things work out with you and your masculine, and that is good fortune. Or you might meet Mr. Wonderful or Mrs. Wonderful, and that's good fortune. So it's like, be ready. Don't look back, and don't worry about their wheels. Just focus on your wheel, because whatever comes to you, it's so good. So just be good, be ready, be good and ready. Yeah, I don't know. That's what you should focus on. Bottom of the deck here is cardinal messages from spirit. You guys might run into a bird or a cardinal sometime soon, or maybe cardinals are a message for you. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of cardinals. Maybe you've been decorating with cardinals. Maybe the cardinal just has a message for you. But it says when a cardinal is near, a loved one is near. So messages from spirit. Also, maybe there's messages from the other side, from people that maybe have passed on. And it says, pay attention. I'm trying to leave you little notes, little signs, little messages that I still love you and I'm still around. This could be grandma. This could be grandpa. This could be dad or mom. This could be your brother, your sister. This could be a child. This could be an ex. Okay. But maybe it's a lot of people, but it's like, hey, it's a new year and we love you too. And we want you to know that there is a spiritual realm and we're part of it. So pay attention to those messages from spirit. Let's get one last message of love, and then I will close your reading and let y'all get some sleep and enjoy New Year's Eve. Sorry I kept you here so long. Okay, message from spirit about love. Okay, we have two of them. I don't feel like reading the bottom of the deck. I don't know. It's like, nah, don't worry about that. Okay. Oh, look at that. Attitude of gratitude. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So this is assumption, law of assumption. Just assume that there's a bunch of blessings soon to show up. It wants you to assume it, and it wants you to be thankful right now for what you don't see, but what's on the way. And it wants you to be sure that you know you deserve it. And you deserve many more things that your heart really wants. The next card you got. Wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. That's pretty. So both of these things are talking about something in the future. This one says soon to come, and this one says wait. We have the Wheel of Fortune for your focus. So keep moving forward and just know something good lies ahead. It's not going to show up tomorrow. It's certainly not here today, but it's coming. All right. So I love you guys. This concludes your beautiful reading. Holy smokes, 109 minutes. My gosh, I'm so sorry for all of you. I love you. If you're still here listening, this is so your reading. I hope you liked the video. I really hope you hit that like button. It's not a big deal for you to pass through a video and hit the like or not, but it's a big deal for people like me, that actually put material out there in the YouTube world. So if you could hit that like button, it's a great deal to me, and I'd really appreciate it. And if you didn't like it, that's okay. You can dislike it as well, whatever floats your boat. I love you, and I'm grateful for you either way. If you would like a personal reading from me, you can reach me on my website and even in the comments below this video. All right. And I also have a little class for astrology. So if you want to learn the basics of Vedic astrology, the houses, the zodiac signs, it's all there in my website. You can go ahead and select that. I also have a tarot class, and it's a very thorough, very good tarot class. I'm very proud of that tarot class. The only thing I would do to change it would be to make it one long video, perhaps, with like breaking points. But the way I have it, it's, I think, 6 separate videos. But I did do a beautiful job, I feel, and I separated the class into the elements. So you've got earth, fire, air, water, the elements, the wands, the cups, etc. So I like that I split the tarot class up into those elements. And I really go deep into the information about the art, traditional tarot, the history of it, the history of tarot, the meanings behind it. We even go into the Kabbalic lessons. We go into the mysteries behind the Hebrew lettering, and we go into the depth of what each element stands for, what season of the year, the timing of what each element represents. We also go into the upright cards, when you get them upright, what that means, and also in reverse. So we go through all of that for every single tarot card. And then we even go to how to read it. So we do a couple spreads, the traditional Celtic cross, a couple others, and then you learn how to trust your psychic abilities. So at the end of the class, we talk about the different kinds of psychic abilities. You may have one of them, you may have 2 or 3 of them, but there's all different types, and we talk about that over there. And then how to get an overall message with all the cards looking at you. Like, how do you know this is about a karmic? Or how do you know this is about a lover? How do you know this is about career? How do you know this is a message about etc., etc.? And it's because you take a look at all the surrounding cards and how they work together. And what kind of energy does the whole reading give you? And it gives you more of that intuitive punch to the reading. So anyways, I have a tarot class, so if you're interested in learning it, it's on my website too. It's the new year. I always recommend classes for the new year because it's so good to go into the new year with more knowledge, a little bit more wealth in your piggy bank, if you will, of knowledge. And if there's anything you want to learn, go ahead. Don't forget, I have a new class that's going to be going on with astrology into the nakshatras, but we're going to be starting that this upcoming year. It's in a couple days with my new channel. And you'll be able to see my face. On that new channel, I'll be showing myself in person, probably almost every video on the new channel. It's Just Tell Me Tarot and Astro, but I may change the name, I don't know. But it's linked in my YouTube. You can see additional channels with my YouTube channel here. So you can click over there and subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I go live, so you know what I'm talking about over there on those videos. But I have some great, good astrology things planned on that channel. And I do focus on Vedic. So it's strictly going to be Vedic over there. So I will be sharing with you some of the books I have, and I'll read you some chapters about the nakshatras. We're going to talk about each one. Those will be recorded videos, so it will be nice. There should be some, video of the images of what I'm reading and maybe a little soft music. It's going to be well put. So I'll be sharing some of the good books I have on astrology over there. And of course, just doing in-person chats, readings, astro readings live, It's going to be fun. So, if you want to talk astro, you want to learn more about yourself and the stars and just dive deeper into the beauty of astrology, well, I hope you go to that channel and like it as well and subscribe. Anyways, that is the end of my reading. I love you guys. God bless you for still being here. And remember, like I always say, this is a journey, not a destination. So you just keep swimming, my friends. And I love you so much. People waiting on cards, it's still coming out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's just not ready yet. I know. I'm a perfectionist as it is. I don't want to ship out crap. I want it to be perfect. And the things that I'm making have taken a little longer than I thought. I tend to bite off more than I can chew. That's something I'm learning not to do. But it's worth it, I promise. Pretty much anything I deliver is worth it. They always say sometimes it's worth the weight in gold. And I do feel that way with what I deliver because I want to deliver nothing but the best. It's my curse, but it's also a gift. I want to deliver the best readings. I want to deliver the best advice. I want to deliver the best tarot cards that there could be. I want to deliver it. And even then, I second guess myself and think it's not good enough. But anyways, I love you guys. I'm out. Thank you, Markers, for the link. There is my new channel in the link. Thank you so much. Just tell me tarot. Yep. All right. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. So have a good night. Sleep well. Sleep with the angels. Good dreams. Bye, TQ. Thank you, Markers. I love you guys. Thank you all for being here and watching. Bye, Tara. You're going to go to the new... Oh, and subscribe. Thank you so much. When are we going to do the 22? Probably right around the new year. Maybe New Year's Day. Maybe the day after. But the holidays definitely messed with our schedule there. I hope you understand. But yes, we are. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see ya.